Most people know that E-Track is one of the most versatile DIY enclosed trailer upgrades on the market. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people install it wrong. What most people do is they'll put it up there, they'll find a little cross member, and then they'll just line up this hole and they'll use a self-tapping screw straight through into the cross member. This works great for light to medium use, but I have had customers who are carrying heavy stuff like vending machines, heavy drinks, stuff like that, and they're needing to strap it down in here. And what will happen is those self-tapping screws eventually are just going to work their way out of the wall, not to any fault of the E-Track, but to the fault of how it was mounted. What you're going to do if you're mounting it for heavy duty use is you're actually going to first cut this plywood where you're mounting the E-Track. And that way it's sitting up flush against those cross members. Now ideally you're going to weld it to those cross members, but that's not very DIY, and that's specifically what this video is for. So the DIY solution to that is once you've got it up against those cross members, you're going to want to use nuts and bolts to actually bolt this to the wall. Not necessarily on every single cross member, but probably every other one is going to suffice. But it's going to depend on how much weight you're actually needing it to hold. One last thing on this, you probably are going to have to take out some of these exterior screws. And so you will want to go ahead and see what kind of bit you're going to need in order to do that. The good news though is you really shouldn't need to take out very many because you're really talking about a pretty small spot. And all you're going to need to do is to be able to get that nut in there behind it so that you can tighten the bolt onto it. I just released a full video with 5 DIY upgrades for enclosed trailers, so make sure to go check that out on my YouTube channel.